Daytona Beach, home to Hanksters hot rods, muscle cars, and collector car showroom. America's #1 choice of premier collector cars for over 30 years. This one's on consignment. That means there is no warranty attached, but if you're out of state, we'll be happy to help arrange transportation. It's a 1984 Toyota Land Cruiser. Now we're gonna get started here in the engine bay. You have the inline 6, you have the 3F, tell by the little sticker right there. So you have, the matching 3F under here. It's carbureted. You can see we have power brakes as well. How cool is that? Now this was actually imported from South America. Beautiful engine bay here. You have a heavy duty battery. That thing is massive. And everything is very accessible, easy to work on. These are bulletproof drivetrains. And you have a 4-speed as well, so we'll show that later on. Paint color is called military green. There's no clear coat fade, no dings on the hood. Now this is a driver quality Toyota. It's not going to be perfect throughout the video. We're going to be pointing out little imperfections here and there. But paint is really nice on the hood here. I really don't see anything major going on now. It did just rain here in Florida, so I do apologize for any water spots. But beautiful color going all the way throughout. You don't see these on the roads. You see older Jeeps or even newer Jeeps, of course, but you don't see many Toyotas on the road. They're iconic. Look at that front clip. Beautiful. Seems like we have some aftermarket headlights right there. Blacked out grille, which is in good shape. And then down low, we have your hooks right there. So you can take it off-road. Of course, we got 4-wheel drive, solid front axles with the manual locking hubs down here. Tires. Tires are only from 2022, so they're not very old. And they have plenty of life left. They have great tread. Take a look at the front fender. Everything matches real nice as far as the color goes. Not many imperfections to point out there. As far as the glass, no cracks, no chips. You even got windshield wipers. I'll find out those work later on. Beautiful. Now we don't have the whole day to go over every nook and cranny, but that is something you'd like to do. Come on down to Daytona. The door got a couple little scuff marks right there, down here as well. But it's a 1984. That is pretty old. And it's a Land Cruiser, so it's meant to be driven, meant to get a little bit dirty. Body panels line up good. Seems like we have all new weather stripping as well, which is nice. Door panel, it's gonna be right there. No rips. Now we have the split style bench seat. So the driver's side, no rips, no tears. Show that passenger side later on. And of course we have the rubber right here. That is in good shape. You can see we have 4-wheel drive, that shifter all the way to the right. We have the 4-speed manual. Then you have all your lights and you have the gauges that we're going to find out if those work later on. Now my favorite color combination, it's got to be with the white on top. Look at that. I know it's kind of tall up there, but beautiful white paint. Definitely mixes it up a little bit because the white matches the bar here as well. Very, very nice. Now we can go alongside the bed. Again, really nice paint. Little imperfection right there. But overall, bedside looks fantastic. Now as far as on top, you can see this has been bed lined here. I don't see any major dings, any huge dents, anything like that. But again, this is a truck, and I'm probably going to use it as a truck as well. Awesome. Now take a look at the tailgate. It says Toyota on it. And then you got your tail lights right here. The hinges are in great shape. You have your hitch receiver down here with the hook as well. I think it's very sharp. Take a look down the bedside. Everything matches, everything lines up good there. Beautiful color, beautiful paint. Now we'll go along the passenger side of the bed. A couple little nicks or chips right there. Like I said, it did just rain, so that is all dirt. But right here, some imperfections in the paint. And then up top, beautiful, going all the way throughout. You can kind of see the rear glass through the bars there. The rear glass is in good shape. A few little scratches here and there, but overall, excellent condition. Doors open nice, you got your door panels right here. Not ripped, not torn. Passenger side seat, look at that, beautiful. Now there is no carpet, of course, so you have the rubber matting right here. That is in good shape. And then you can look at the dash. It shows you, what gear position it is for the 4-wheel drive. And then you have the 4-speed manual as well. All right, we'll shut the door here. Door shuts nicely. Little nick right there, little imperfection. And then we'll go alongside here. We do pretty well with these Land Cruisers. We've had a few of them lately, actually. We've sold them pretty quick. These are probably from some kind of Spotlight. Now in the US market, I'm sure they don't have them, but down south where this one was produced, maybe it was an option. Glass is in great shape there. Like I said, front clip looks excellent. So this is a really nice driver quality Land Cruiser. You can get in and go. It runs fantastic too. Now we've been doing this here in Daytona for over 10 years. Pennsylvania, they've been doing it for over 30. Every day we sell a car, sometimes 2 or 3. The reason to do well, we have the 20-minute video, we put it up in the air and then we drive it. But if that's not enough, come down to Daytona Beach, check out the truck with your own eyes. Right now we're going to put it in the air and show the underside, and then from there, go for a drive. Underneath our 84 Toyota. Solid front end, that looks good. Drum brakes up front. All the suspension up here looks fantastic. We're going to go out on the road later and take it on a drive. Front seal looks dry, oil pan looks dry, at least at this time. 4-speed manual transmission. Now a lot of this stuff does seem to be fairly like the original style from 1984. So the floors look good, the rear end, the truck bed, that looks fantastic. So right now we're going to get out the camera and do a quick pan of the underside. Here at Hanksters Hot Rods of Daytona Beach, we are offering 2 types of inventory. Certified, which a technician from Hanksters goes over. We change fluids, filters. We do a basic safety inspection on those cars. We also offer free enclosed transport as long as they're in the lower 48 and as long as that vehicle fits. We are also offering consignment units, which the owner brings to us to list for sale, and those are purchased as is. Now, if you'd like to buy a car from Hanksters Hot Rods, we accept bank wire, cashier's check, or you can actually come to Daytona, pay actual cash. You can finance a car with 10% down, term length, term condition. That's all something to go over with our lender. And I always encourage you to try your own bank or credit union, but we also have classic car lenders. JJ Best and Collector Car Leaders are some of the best. So if you go to our website, hanksters.com, you can fill out the application, and within a few short hours, our lender will reach out with an approval. Now, if you want to come down to Daytona Beach and test drive a car, we are by appointment only, so call ahead of time, submit an inquiry on our website. Please make sure the car is available. And the reason we require that is because we want to make sure one of our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff is available to help out. We want to be able to put it on the lift for you, so we want to make sure that space is open. That way, when you get back from your test drive, we can put it up on the lift and you can inspect the undercarriage for yourself. Now let's put the car on the ground. Let's take it for a drive. Let's see how that runs. All right, inside the Toyota Land Cruiser. Keys, so to shut it off, you have a black button right here. So when you get it in this position, click that button, then you can shut it off. So you get 3 keys here. Got your door lock keys, you have your ignition right there. So put it in the ignition, make sure you're in neutral. So clutch is in, car starts up, good sound out of it. Horn does not work, so you have no horn. Turn signals are blinking on the dash. So you got the driver's side right there, passenger side right there. Fantastic. Oil pressure does not work. Fuel gauge does work, which is awesome. 74,212 true miles unknown. Title's going to read exempt. Temperature gauge, we'll keep an eye on that. Same thing with the amp gauge right there. Pretty cool. Got all your buttons here, so I don't think the hazards work. It seems like we have some kind of heat defroster kind of system. Now, we don't have the whole day to kind of mess with all these buttons, but these are for the wipers. So look at that, you got windshield wipers. Cool. All right. Let's see, I think that pretty much covers it. Like I said, you got 4 speeds, 3 pedals, nice interior. Look at all these stickers on there. So it shows you reverse all the way down to the left, and to use the 4-wheel drive shifter, H2 for, of course, 2-wheel drive, H4 for 4-wheel drive, neutral, and then low 4. So I'll put it in first gear and see how it runs. Inside our Land Cruiser. You know, it drives like a 1984 Toyota. Speedo doesn't work, but by a butt feel, I don't know, 40 miles an hour, 45. Steering wheel's not pulling me much either way. You know, it's an old school 4-wheel drive, so, you know, going around town, it's perfect. Going out to the beach, going into the mountains, cruising around, ripping around, can't beat it. Temperature gauge does not work, but it seems like we're holding a charge, which is awesome. It's a pretty cool rig. You know, for driving 45 miles an hour, I like it a lot. You can probably go a little bit quicker too, but we're here to show you that it runs, it drives. Shifter's not popping out of gear right there, so it's real steady. And this one's also on consignment. So if you're in the state of Florida, you know, I'm sure you could drive at home, but if you're out of state, we'll help arrange that transportation. We're gonna test out the brakes up here as well. But being on consignment, that means there is no warranty attached. So if you're out of state, we'll help arrange that transport. And yeah, this is a cool rig. You know, if you've been looking for a Land Cruiser for a while, this is it. 4 speeds, 4 gears, inline 6. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you can take a look at all the gauges here. So speedo doesn't work, fuel gauge does work, so we did top it off there. Radio does not work. So if you're pretty familiar with these or you like to tinker, this would be perfect for it. Give us a call, 386-944-9219, or you can go to our website, Hanksters.com. 80 pictures on there along with a 25-minute video. Have a great day, everyone.